What is up guys, Tech James here. In this video we are going to be replacing the front panel on a PSP 1000. I guess you could call it the front panel or the faceplate, and obviously this isn't the actual screen, but it's just this piece of plastic which overlays the PSP, and this one, it's not too bad, but it's got a really big scratch on the screen right here, and it's just kind of annoying. So there's kind of like two reasons why I'm replacing it: because of the scratch, and I managed to get another faceplate off eBay for £1, so that's pretty much why I'm replacing it. Just because I found one for so cheap, and this one is annoying because the scratch is just like quite deep. I didn't scratch it myself, I actually got this at a car boot sale, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but the scratch is right there, and even if you run your finger over it, you can actually hear it because of how like deep it goes into the plastic. So yeah, I managed to get a kind of unique faceplate off eBay. I got a transparent blue one, and I didn't even know that these existed. So I had this on my watch list probably for like over 2 years. And I got a really strange notification in my emails to say that this had been like reduced by like, I think it was originally like £6 or something, and they reduced it down to £1, and I just thought, what the hell, it's free postage as well, so I just bought it. And I think they put it up to something crazy now, like £10, which is a bit strange. But yeah, it came all the way from China. It took quite a long time to arrive, and I wasn't sure if it would arrive or not, but no, here it is, the transparent blue faceplate for the PSP 1000, and I've honestly never seen a colour like this on the PSP. Obviously it's not original, I don't think there was a PSP that came out like this, you know, so it's something they've made, but I just thought we could install it. I need to replace it anyway because of the scratch, and who knows, it might look cool, or it might look terrible, I don't know. I've also got some replacement buttons, which I got with another eBay order, but I think the black buttons look good anyway. I've got some transparent ones here, but I think the black ones would probably look better. Okay, so to start it off, we need to take the PSP 1000 apart. So what we're going to do is we're just going to flip it over, and we are going to remove the kind of like cover here. You just push the button in and then just kind of move it, and then we're able to take that off. Next, we just need to take the battery off, and we have to take out 6 screws in total. So you will have to take one of the warranty stickers off as well. This one's already gone, so it doesn't matter. We've got 1 screw here, 1 screw there, and then we've got 4 screws in the battery compartment. And make sure you make note of where your screws go. I actually have just like a small like pot that I made, just so I can put the screws in, and I'm going to put these in step 1. So if you guys want to make one of these, I think there's like some packaging in a tripod or something, I just thought I'd make use of it. So for the screws, they're all Phillips head screws, and you just need a fairly small one. Also keep note of these screws in the battery compartment. One of them is black and the other one is silver, and the silver ones are slightly smaller. Okay, so once all of your screws are taken out, you just want to flip your PSP 1000 background, and the screen should actually come off once we've taken this screw out. There's one small silver screw which holds the clip in. On some PSPs the clip can actually be broken, like my PSP 1000 which has transparent housing. I actually ordered that from China, and the housing was actually broken when it came in the post, so that was annoying, but it's just one of those things. Okay, so that is that screw now taken out. Make sure you don't lose it, put it to the side, and now what we can do is actually just unclip the screen. So we're simply just going to lay it down, and you can just pull the screen up just like that and remove it. All of the buttons should stay in the screen unless they fall out, and you also want to be careful. You don't want to get any dirt on the real screen underneath, because when you close it, you're just going to see the dirt when you're playing games, and that's going to be quite annoying. So yeah, I'm actually going to remove my buttons, and I'm going to put my buttons into the blue housing. Okay, so here is the blue housing, and here is the white housing. We're actually just going to flip this over, so we're just going to take all of the buttons out. If I just take this off, we've got all of the buttons underneath. You can literally just tip them out. They're full everywhere, but don't worry, you can get them in a second. We've also got the D-pad. We're going to take that off, and we're just going to tip that out as well. Actually, this housing's quite dirty, so I should probably clean it. And I'll probably use this white housing on a scrap build that I'll do in the future. And we've also got this layer of buttons. Now be careful, this is stuck in by double-sided tape or some like glue or something. You should be able to reuse this. You won't have to apply more glue. If you're lucky and you just pull it out gently, it should be still sticky enough to stick in your new housing. So put this to the side, try not to get it like, you know, covered in dirt or anything. We're also going to take off the joystick, but to do that you just want to take off the cap first. So just pull it out, then flip it around, and then we're just going to undo these 2 screws. They should be blue, so you can like tell the difference, but if they're not, just put them somewhere where you won't get them mixed up with the other screws. Okay, so that is the 2 screws off, and now the joypad itself is just going to fall off like that, and a bit of plastic might fall off as well, just like this ring donut shape. Just put your original housing, just put it to the side. Now, if you guys would like to clean your PSP buttons, now is probably the perfect time, but I'm just going to put mine in as they are. Mine are pretty clean anyway. You want to make sure that you put this like small ring on the joypad, don't forget that. I don't think it matters too much if you forget it, but I would recommend adding it anyway. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the joypad in just to start off with. So we're just going to clip this in, just goes this way around, so we've got the contact facing that way. And then we're just going to put it into the housing. And then once that's secured, we can actually put these screws back on. Okay, so that's both screws in. That is the joypad now secured. Now we're just going to flip it around, and we're just going to get that little like joypad piece, and we're just going to stick it on top. Where is it? There it is. So obviously just line it up correctly, stick it on. You might need to turn it around if you get it the wrong way. And then you just want to test it, so kind of just move it around. If it feels okay, as you can see, mine seems to be working perfect, then that is literally fine. Okay, so joypad done. We have also got the buttons. I'd recommend just moving the piece of plastic on front back a bit, just so you can put them in. So obviously we just want to put them in the correct places. So of course we've got triangle at the top, that goes in fine. We have got circle just here. So hopefully that clips in, there you go. Of course we've got the cross just at the bottom here. You can literally just spin them around until they fit in. And then of course we've got the square. Now the square button is slightly different than the others. It has like a specific way it goes, and it just kind of clips in like that. And then of course we've got to put the cover on top. There's actually a bit of plastic in the way of mine, so I might have to try and move that off a bit. There you go, that's out of the way now. So then we're just going to get the piece of rubber which holds them all in. And sometimes your buttons fall out, that can be quite frustrating. Okay, so before they all fall out, I'm just going to put a piece of rubber on, and you just need to put it over those small pegs. You just got to kind of clip it on. There you go. I think that's it. And you can always test them. Obviously, I'd recommend putting back the full housing on before you actually test it, but they should be okay just like that. Okay, so now we've got the D-pad. This one is very easy, but you do actually have to line it up this way. So the hole on the D-pad matches up with the hole on the actual faceplate. So we're just going to move that plastic back again because that's annoying. And then what we're going to do is get the rubber section, and we're just going to clip it on. And again, just put it over those small pegs, and that should be good to go. There you go, that is perfect. You should have it sitting exactly like that. We're then actually good to take the plastic off and then put it back onto the PSP. Now there is actually one piece that I forgot, and that is the buttons which go at the front. This is quite easy, you just don't want to get it wrong too many times, because obviously this is like a sticker at the front and you don't want to be pulling off the sticker each time. But what I'd recommend doing is just moving that front plastic out the way, just because it can get in the way a bit. And then we're just going to lay it on the surface, and we're going to try and stick this in the best we can. I don't know how good the camera angle is, but I'm just trying to concentrate on it. Line up the buttons and then basically just push it in. So there you go, buttons lined up, let's just push it in, and that should actually be pretty good. Okay, so just make sure all your dust is off the screen, and we're just going to gently turn this over. We're going to try and line it up the best we can. Make sure the front buttons line up, then we're just going to push it, and it should click, and then that's it. We should actually be done. From here, we should actually be able to put the screws back in, and our PSP should be good, and pretty much looking brand new. Okay, so we're starting off with this screw right here, and once that screw is done, we have got the 6 screws at the back. Of course, make sure to put the black screws this side, and then the small silver or white screws this side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the battery in, we are going to get our back cover, and then we can take off the front plastic, and then we can basically turn our PSP on and see what it looks like. So here we are, guys, let's remove the plastic screen at the front. And I've actually just realised it's actually got a second plastic cover on. I originally thought that was like, I thought, oh god, I've installed it and the screen looks horrible, but nope, it's got a second one. So let's just peel that off as well. And there you go, guys, I can literally see my reflection. That looks so much better than the last screen. The quality of this one is, well, I have to admit, the quality of the plastic isn't amazing. Obviously, it's not original, and this is not a real PSP kind of faceplate, but it just looks cool. So let's power it on. My power LED is actually broken. I don't know how it's broken. I do actually have a replacement for it. I've actually got it right here in the bag. Maybe I'll do another video on that. I don't know. But here you are, guys. Custom PSP with a faceplate. Let's go on to it, And here you go, this is what it looks like. That looks really, really nice. So there you go guys, I even changed my wallpaper. So that is pretty much it for this video. I will try and link some PSP 1000 housing in the description. I'll try and find some for cheap, but I don't think I'll be able to find it this cheap. That was just kind of lucky. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.